Hello, my name is Euclides Vezga, and I'm here to talk about asylum seekers worldwide. Why did I choose this subject? There are three reasons that made me choose this subject. The first, I was born in Venezuela, and in 2013, I decided to move to the capital and start my college career. As many of you know, this is how Venezuela looked in 2013. Everybody, reality became just fighting the dictatorship, and that brought a lot of violations of human rights, more persecution to the citizens, that ended up making 8 million Venezuelans seek asylum outside of the country. And when I came to America, I noticed that this is not an isolated case in history. Over the last 40 years, 100 million people have been displaced for their original country and seek asylum in foreign countries worldwide. How did I start tackling this analysis? The first thing I did was look for data sources. I noticed the UN Refugee Agency has asylum seekers data and the World Bank has population data. Then I defined my project structure. What I wanted to do defining this project structure was creating a project that can scale. I knew I didn't have time to make like a huge project out of it, but modularity allows you to grow the project in time. So what I did was create three different classes. One cleaner class that his whole role is to grab the raw data and turn it into clean data. Then a data class that the role is just to manipulate the data and produce all this information needed to create the visualization, and a visualization class that is just for plotting and putting all the pieces together. This is called a pipeline software architecture. And what I mean about modularity is that if I ever want to change the raw data, I can just change the cleaner class, and the data class and visualization class still will continue to work. If I ever want to change the visualization class, the cleaner class and data class still worked, and that allows it to scale. Now for my tech stack, I use Python as a programming language, Pandas as a data manipulation, Plotly for data visualization. Plotly was a big choice. I ended up going with Plotly because it allowed you to give way more variables to the user and sorry, not overwhelm them or lose sight of the important parts, because it allows that to happen with interactions. And that's for interactive dashboards. Origins and destinations. This is gonna be the first plot that I show you guys, and it consists of two maps. One is the countries of origin, the second one is the countries of destination. The intensity of the color shows how much people was on each one of those regions. And thanks to Plotly, you can zoom in, zoom out. That gives you the location variable cover. Then you can also hover over, and I created and this hover over a lot of text to give more information to the user about that country specifically. So for example, if here we hover over Afghanistan, it will show you that it displaced 12 million people in the whole period, and it will tell you the top countries of destinations. If you hover over to the destination map, it will tell you, like, for example, Germany received 7.5 million asylum seekers, and the top countries they originated from are Ukraine, Syria, Serbia, Turkey, and so on. Also, I added a slider in the bottom of the graph that allows you to choose the period that you want to see. You don't want to see, you just don't have to see the whole period. You can choose between and see how the migrations move all around the world. A specific country history. So let's say you want to choose one of these countries and know more about their history, right? I created another graph that allows you, for example, to choose Afghanistan. It will tell you on the top what their timeline of migration looks like, so you can see what years are more complicated for them and why, and start researching why they got displaced. And in the bottom, you also have a map that shows you the country in red and all the destination countries in blue. The coding process. Now I want to put these two pieces together, the structure and the graphs. So how, like I said, the cleaner class outputs a CSV file of clean data. Then the data class grabs that CSV file and turns it, does all the data manipulations needed for the visualization, and outputs a pandas data frame. And then the visualization grabs all that pandas data frame and creates all the different aspects that I showed you before. There are more plots on the GitHub repo, but for time's sakes, I cannot explain all of them to you. I just picked the funnest one. This is more statistical. And my personal background, I earned a bachelor in business administration back in Venezuela. I have experience working on with freelance and with software organization. I finished 2 Code U programs, one in software development and one in data analytics. I'm currently based in Louisville, Kentucky. I have experience on C#, Python, VBA, Lua, and C. And this is my contact information. Thank you so much for your time. The last thing I want to say is that code always empowered me a lot. Like when I live back home, I was able to freelance and get a different income. And now Code U has given me the chance to be involved in this community and keep growing. Thank you so much.